The stallion attacked its opponent on a narrow mountain pass. The sudden attack was aimed at the groin. Horses do not have fangs, so they cannot bite through the large vessels in the opponent's neck. But in the groin area, the arteries are very close to the skin, and the aggressor hopes to cause fatal blood loss to the competitor with a single blow. However, he does not know who he is dealing with. The stallion defending against the enemy reacts instantly to the danger, drops to his knees, and kicks powerfully. He struck the aggressor right in the hump and managed to escape, and we will show other cool cases where hoofed animals put up serious resistance to their opponents. Idisha. These zebras went against the system and the beaten path. When they saw the wild dogs, the chase began immediately, but the hoofed animals were not running away from the predators, they were running straight at them. The dogs did not expect this and scattered at once. The zebras drove off the dangerous enemies even before the situation became threatening. That is what an effective preemptive strike is. Although zebras really try to run away from danger, their bravery should not be underestimated. When this striped animal tried to cross a deep river with a strong current, it was unlucky. It was chosen as prey by a whole group of 5 crocodiles. Huge, massive, predatory reptiles caught up with the zebra, surrounded it, and immediately attacked. Zebras are herd animals, but they do not form groups just to confuse opponents with their numbers. Adult zebras almost never stand up for each other, especially against such toothy monsters. This hoofed animal was left alone with hungry crocodiles, but the zebra will not give up. It desperately resists and demonstrates incredible endurance and stamina. One of the crocodiles grabbed the zebra by the base of its hind leg. The reptile's jaws have incredible strength. The crocodile pulled and tore the muscles on the zebra's thigh, yet it did not fall. The wound is deep and terrible, but the predator's teeth did not hit major blood vessels, so the zebra endures the pain and stays on its feet surrounded by several crocodiles and under the pressure of the rushing river's current. Catching a wave of adrenaline courage, the zebra kicks powerfully, delivering strong blows with its hooves directly to the heads and bodies of the crocodiles, scattering them and forcing them to retreat. The predators are shocked by this persistence and bravery. And they are not going to give up and try to swim closer to grab the audacious hoofed animal by the muzzle, pull it down, drown it, and quickly end this fight. But the zebra not only demonstrates strength, but also maintains remarkable focus. It does not fuss or panic. Thanks to her attentiveness and lightning-fast reaction, she dodges the enemy's teeth, doesn't let them drown her, and tries to bite back. Finally, she manages to sink her teeth right into the jaws of a stunned crocodile, which had just launched another attack. The reptile is shocked by this turn of events, and the zebra builds on its success, overpowering the enemy and painfully clamping its head with its teeth. The zebra's teeth are not sharp, but flat and blunt. However, the striped hoofed animal has extremely strong jaws, as it needs to withstand the toughest and prickliest plants. Therefore, it may not succeed in wounding the crocodile, but the reptile experiences such pain that it retreats and allows itself to be thrown back. The other reptiles try to attack the zebra from behind, but the hoofed animal takes full advantage of the opportunity, advances, and breaks out of the encirclement. After some time, the zebra reaches the shore and successfully gets onto land where it can breathe a sigh of relief. Such bravery and resilience deserve your like, right? An aggressive zebra attacked a giraffe but it's unclear what caused it. Perhaps the calm giant seemed like an easy opponent to the striped aggressor, as it didn't want to use force until the end. Still, the bad temper of zebras is well known, but attacking a giraffe was a mistake. At first, the tall animal tried to ignore the striped troublemaker, but when it realized the zebra wouldn't calm down, it immediately went on the counterattack. The giraffe bent down, swung, and at the perfect moment struck the zebra's head and neck with its horns and head. The zebra was shocked. She was lucky that the giraffe didn't use its hooves. This way, the intelligent animal spared its opponent's life, but even such a blow was enough to cool the aggressor's ardor. Giraffes are some of the most amazing animals on the planet. Being the tallest animals in the world, they can easily look into a third-floor window. Meanwhile, giraffes weigh just a little over a ton. Therefore, they undoubtedly possess great strength, but still fall short in power not only to elephants but also to hippos and rhinos. And however, one should not underestimate the giraffe. These intelligent and noble animals usually use only their necks during battles with their own kind. The blows in such duels look impressive and cool. The giraffe swings its head. The wide and powerful strike is very strong, though slow. However, such blows are never fatal. During battles for the attention of females, male giraffes fight for a very long time and persistently. They fight hard, but not cruelly. Short and blunt horns, natural caution, and good-naturedness make giraffes probably some of the best and most pleasant neighbors for other herbivores. The enormous height of the giraffe has given it some limitations. For example, these hoofed animals spend most of their lives standing, and there are reasons for this. It is extremely difficult and time-consuming for giraffes to lie down and get up. They cannot quickly get to their feet when they see danger. The elongated neck and long legs are needed for them to feed on the juicy leaves from the upper branches of savanna plants. These leaves are usually inaccessible to other herbivorous animals, but in exchange for this super ability, the giraffe has to make an effort just to drink. Here, the giraffe is trying to bend down to the water to drink. The hoofed animal found a flat and suitable spot with a gentle shore, but a crocodile awaits below. As soon as the giraffe's head lowers enough, the predator will immediately grab it. Although the giraffe is much larger and stronger, while drinking, it is in such an awkward position that the crocodile can easily throw it off balance and then drown it. As a result, the giraffe simply cannot reach the water. It is very sorry and clearly upset about this, but the awkwardness saved its life. The crocodile had been stalking its prey all this time, patiently waiting for the giraffe to finally lower its head enough to be within striking range, but that never happened. The giraffe simply walks away, and the crocodile looks after it in disappointment. The hoofed animal doesn't realize how lucky it is. As you can see, as soon as the giraffe lies down to rest, a predator immediately tries to jump on it to reach the animal's throat with its fangs. It can't nap or just let its legs rest peacefully. It's frustrating, isn't it? But this feature of the tall animal's structure also provides its advantages. Even when it does lie down on the ground, it can easily fend off an enemy attack. Sometimes it's enough just to stand up. Like in this case. This lioness made a mistake in choosing her opponent. She probably thought the giraffe was injured, so she leapt onto its back with surprising zeal. However, the predatory cat was mistaken and underestimated the giant she was dealing with. In reality, the giraffe was just cooling off, sitting on the dry lake bed on a hot day. Wet and damp sand helped him cool down. And the lioness's attack was quite untimely, and when the lioness clung to his back, the giraffe immediately got to his feet. Just a moment ago, the predator was on the ground, and now she was almost at the height of the second floor. The cat is in shock, but continues to cling. It's useless. The giraffe shook off the enemy and ran off on its way. Lions are dangerous for these huge animals, but to take down an adult giraffe, a coordinated effort of a whole team of lionesses is needed, and preferably they should be assisted by an experienced male lion. 2 lionesses walked alongside the giraffe like a convoy or guards. They hoped to find a way to take down the opponent, but they did not succeed. The predatory cats simply did not know who they were dealing with. The giraffe calmly goes about its business, swatting away insects with its huge tail. Sometimes the tail hits the lionesses as well. Humiliating, isn't it? In fact, the lioness was lucky in that case. Here, when a whole group of huntresses surrounded a lone giraffe, the predators acted more aggressively and the victim had to resort to self-defense techniques. A strike, another one, and a lioness that got too close simply flies off to the side. Such a blow definitely stunned her. Lucky that the hoofed animal didn't hit her head, otherwise it would have crushed her skull. So when predators decide to attack a giraffe, the carnivorous hunters face a completely different encounter than they expect. A timid and cautious giraffe will prefer retreat to battle, but during a chase, it can generously deliver terrifying kicks left and right. In a fight against the same lions, the giraffe will use not horns, but exclusively devastating kicks, and the length of a giraffe's leg exceeds the height of an adult human. Moreover, the enormous and massive hoofed animal, combined with its weight and colossal strength, allows giraffes to literally scatter enemies during a chase. The lionesses made a serious mistake when they attacked this giant. With a single kick, a giraffe can crush an enemy's skull or simply knock them off their feet, as if a truck hit the lioness. And then the giraffe can even run over the enemy, trampling them into the dirt and mixing them with dust. That's why giraffes have a reputation among wildlife researchers as gentle giants. In fact, with their astounding strength, these hoofed animals are capable of overpowering aggressive zebras and lionesses, and many other enemies. But they try to hold back until the last moment and resort to fatal blows only in extreme cases. What do you think? What is the reason for such kindness in giraffes? Answer in the comments. The dog attacked the donkey, expecting to easily scare off the not-so-large hoofed animal. But the dog didn't know who it was dealing with. The donkey rushed into the fight and easily pushed the opponent back. The dog ran behind the fence and decided it could attack the donkey from this cover. But the fence turned out to be electrified. The dog was shocked and ran away in panic. Amazingly, the donkey laughed upon seeing this. Did he really lure the opponent into a trap on purpose? Or was it a coincidence and the hoofed animal got lucky? A lone African buffalo is running away from a whole group of enraged, hungry lionesses. The chase is incredibly intense. The bull runs unexpectedly fast, and the lionesses are clearly surprised that such a massive hoofed animal can move at such speed. But still, the panthers reach the enemy and pounce on him. One of the lionesses attacks the buffalo from behind and grips him with powerful clawed paws. The buffalo can only come to a sudden stop and channel the energy from the inertia into a powerful circular movement. Thus, the bull knocks the lioness off and simultaneously scatters the other cats that tried to attack from different sides. For a few seconds, the bull broke free. He avoided the worst and did not allow himself to be brought down. But he had to interrupt his escape, and now he is trapped. The lionesses act cohesively and very precisely. They approach the enemy from different sides, press him, attack, and try to find a gap in his defense. The buffalo has only one thing to counter this teamwork: his overwhelming fury and indomitability. The hoofed beast circles around, preventing attacks from the rear. It threatens the lionesses with its terrifying and enormous horns. The buffalo is approximately 4 or even 5 times more massive than each cat. At first it seems that he will be able to intimidate them and make them retreat, but that's not the case. In fact, the lionesses are not afraid of him. They simply understand their complete numerical superiority and therefore are not in a hurry. They can afford to prolong the battle as reinforcements of fresh members will replace the tired cats staying behind for now. The lionesses are not going to take unnecessary risks. They will wear down the opponent until the bull makes a fatal mistake. Then they will pounce on him from different sides, bring him to the ground, and get to his throat. The native herd is far away. No one will come to help. The bull desperately fights back and shows incredible courage. The lionesses attack from different sides, though literally climbing onto the buffalo is like scaling a living mountain. But he kicks, swings his head in different directions, and swiftly counters the attacks of various lionesses from the front. At the same time, he throws off other predatory cats from behind. Several painful blows made the lionesses act cautiously. Young individuals have given the initiative in the confrontation with the bull to the most experienced and strongest hunters, but they themselves also tease it with quick attacks, trying to sap its strength, not allowing it to escape the encirclement and flee. The buffalo disperses the lionesses several times and forces them to retreat. The hoofed animal attacks and tries to suppress the hunter's excitement with its own aggression. It lowers its head and tries to catch them with its horns, lift them up, pierce their hides. The lionesses skillfully dodge, but they do slow down. They are still ready to attack decisively, they just choose the best moments and the right trajectory for the leap to prevent the bull from meeting the jump with a horn strike. But this cannot last long. Kakate, kaka. Sooner or later, the cats will succeed, and the hoofed animal knows this. Therefore, the bull uses its last chance for survival. The lionesses underestimated their hoofed opponent. The bull possesses not only incredible strength, but also cunning. He breaks through and successfully escapes the enemy's encirclement. This is temporary, as the swift lionesses will surely catch up with him, but the bull has a plan. He breaks forward with a specific goal. Ahead, the buffalo spots a body of water and suddenly plunges into a small but deep lake with steep, overgrown banks. The enormous hoofed animal rises above the surface of the pond. The water barely touches the chest of the horned giant, who confidently stands on the bottom and observes the lionesses. For them, this is a problem. When they go into the water, they will have to reach the prey by swimming. Only their heads will remain above the surface. This limits their ability to make quick jumps or attack the bull's throat. The water will restrict the lionesses' movements, slow them down, and make them an excellent target for the same crushing and dangerous horn strikes that the buffalo can deliver without much trouble. But if you think that this is what stopped the lionesses, you are mistaken. It turned out that the chosen lake is the territory of hippos. Each of the giant hippos is several times larger than it, and there are several of them here. In general, it becomes clear why the attacking impulse of the lionesses immediately disappeared. They are not going to mess with aggressive brutes weighing several tons. Hippos can even on land beat up these lionesses, trampling them and knocking them down with ramming blows. And in the water, in the shallows, hippos turn into almost invincible monsters, which are also armed with terrifying jaws. Just the approach of predators to their territory enrages the hippos. However, they don't have much warmth and affection for the bull either. After all, he is a stranger and has brought predators with him. And it is quite possible that they could attack the bull at any moment. But because of the steep bank, the bull cannot simply get out quickly onto land away from the lionesses. Thus, he found himself between two groups of dangerous animals. On one side, a dozen hungry lionesses who have already left marks on him with their fangs and claws. And now they have not only caught their breath after the chase, but are also irritated that the prey has slipped out of their trap. On the other side, there are 3 hippos, each capable of defeating the bull even on land in a one-on-one fight. And together, they wouldn't give him the slightest chance of escape if they decided to attack. Fortunately, this bull had enough composure to behave correctly in such a critical situation. He tried to be as inconspicuous and quiet as possible. The fact is that hippos are irritated by loud noises and sudden movements of other herbivores. Apparently, the bull realized this, so he tries not to show any activity. And this approach worked. The hippos seem calm and do not show aggression towards him. On the other hand, lions continue to be dangerous. Their large numbers are an irritating factor for hippos. 12 lionesses against 3 hippos. Unfair, right? Yes, it's really not great for the lionesses. If another 6 lions join them, then the advantage would be on the predator's side. As it is, the lionesses have to retreat. The bull stayed in the water. His presence is tolerable for the hippos, but they might still show unhealthy curiosity towards him. Here too, it's very important to maintain the right balance between caution and bravery. The bull cannot afford to appear weak to these thugs. Otherwise, they might take him down just for fun. Therefore, Shiganda cry, Hato the buffalo behaves confidently and immediately counterattacks the hippo that came too close. Notice that the buffalo does not step on its neighbors in the water to avoid provoking them. He shows that he acknowledges this territory as their property, but he will not tolerate aggression towards himself and will fight to the end if necessary. The hippos will have to respect his strength. As a result, the bull managed to escape and get out of this predicament alive and relatively intact. Rams and goats often coexist on farms. Both of these hoofed species frequently butt heads to sort out relationships. Here, the goat noticed that the ram was tied up, so it decided that the opponent would be helpless. The goat rose on its hind legs and lunged at the opponent. The ram indeed missed the first attack, but the blow from the less massive goat did not particularly impress the ram. Even while tethered, he managed to gain momentum and hit the opponent several times with such force that it discouraged the aggressor from fighting. The goat was lucky that the ram was tied up, otherwise the fight would have gone to a fatal end. And who would win is already obvious, isn't it? Some episodes involving hoofed animals are more amusing than frightening. For example, here a dog decided to get acquainted with a horse that was behind a fence. The dog thought he shouldn't be afraid of this large but herbivorous creature. Yasas. Well, he was mistaken. The horse caught the dog with its teeth and started chewing. No, fortunately, the hoofed animal did not want to harm the dog. The horse simply found something interesting in the dog's fur, so it won't let the guest go until it investigates what smells so appetizing. The dog is clearly in shock. She didn't know who she was dealing with. If she tries to break free, the horse will simply snap her spine. Fortunately, that didn't happen and the dog was released, but she won't come close to the horse again. What incident where hoofed animals showed their strength impressed you the most? Answer in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, then we'll see each other more often.